Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Andy's Shed Live, this time for Sunday the 28th of July 2019. How are you? Was it hot enough for you this last week? If you were in the UK this last week, you'll know all about it. If you're in other parts of the world, you probably won't. We've had a heat wave. It's been over 30 degrees Celsius here this last week, so it's been hot, and that's particularly hot for the UK, where it's often below freezing. So yeah, it's been a bit of a warm one this week, but we're back to normal today. It's grey and it's cold and it's cloudy today, and it's gone like that again because I've been out today. I've been at Cromford Mill today, Arkwright's Mill at Cromford in Derbyshire there. Hello to all the people who are out there today. So here we are, another episode of Andy's Shed Live. Now, I've been getting a bit of a stick recently because all the people who are interested in the old telephones and that I've restored on this channel and that have said, what's happened to the telephone videos? Because I did, firstly we've been off with the live show for a few weeks. Then we came back and it was all about a thing called Library, which is like what they're calling the YouTube killer, which is this brilliant new app, and you are going to be able to watch this on Library. If you are watching this on Library, hello to you if you're watching in the future on Library. So we did that last week as the first episode of the new series, but the telephone people are saying, when are you going to get back to the telephones, Andy? And I have had a request to strip down dial 21 and show how to strip down a dial 21. I will be doing that in future episodes, maybe next week or the week after. But for this week, I wanted to show you what I've been doing. I've not been idle with telephone projects. I've been working on this, which is a GPO pendant telephone. A Teller 713. Now these are designed to like fit on a wall or on a desk or on a control panel or something, and basically it's just a handset and a base station. Yeah, a thing that you hook it onto. Of course, it is connected. Nothing's cordless here. But I got two parts of this the other day. I got this bit, and I also got the dial, which is a desk dial, which is this thing here. Now, this is designed to mount under a desk. Imagine the top of your desk is here, top of your office desk is here, and this mounts under the desk, and then when you want to make a phone call, you lift your handset off the little pendant thing, wherever you've got that mounted, and then you pull this little drawer out here, and that flips down like that under your desk, and you've got a dial. You can dial a number, and that is actually a standard dial 21 in there. This is a particularly nice old one. If you look, it's got the old coloured finger wheel, you know, that they had in the 1960s. A lot of these have got the later clear finger wheel from the 1970s, but this is a particularly nice old one. And this one dates from 1967 according to the code on the top of it. So I got this bit, and I got the pendant bit, but I couldn't wire them together because you need 3 parts to wire these together. You also need a bell set. Now you may remember that I was having problems previously with the candlestick phone, with the Candlestick 150, that I needed a bell set that had got an induction coil in it. And most of the bell sets that you can get haven't got induction coils in, because the induction coils tend to be, in more modern things, in the actual telephone itself. So I needed bell sets with induction coils, and you may remember me looking for a bell set 25 to go with my candlestick phone, which is here, that I'm in the process of restoring. I needed a bell set 25 to go with this, and could only find bell set 26s, and the difference is the bell set 25 has got an induction coil in. The bell set 26 is identical to the bell set 25, but the 26 doesn't have an induction coil because it's a slightly more up-to-date model, and they expect the induction coil to be in the phone. So I've been looking for a Bellset 25 to go with this. Can't find one at a reasonable price. They're all 26s, all the ones that I've found. Put that back. And I was having a similar problem with this. Because it's a pendant and it's so small, you can't fit an induction coil into the actual pendant part. So the pendant needs to be in a Bellset. A Bellset 50B, I believe it is. Right, I couldn't find one. Couldn't find 50As, 50Cs and that. Can't find a 50B. Then I realised that a Bellset 50B was actually based on the circuit board of a Teller 746. Okay? Realised it was based on a 746. So, what I did was I took the chassis of a Telephone 746 and did a load of wiring using some wiring diagrams that I had. Did one slight modification to this chassis. I took the little circuit board out here and did one modification to this, where I put a little jumper wire on the back of this circuit board that you can't see. But just one wire is all I altered, and then all the rest I just wired in my line cord here, obviously, which is wired just like it would be on a normal Teller 746, and then I put two extra cords in here, which are both 8-core ordinary telephone cable, so 4 pairs of wires to make it 8 cores in total. One of these goes to the Bellset, one of these goes to the dial rather, one of these goes actually up to the pendant phone, because this is the Bellset. And then you put all the jumper cable, all the jumpers and things in, as they would be for an ordinary Teller 746. You plug it in and amazingly it works. Now I've not got time tonight to go into how to wire this. I'm going to do a specific video about how to make the Bellset 50B, I think it's 50B, how to make the Bellset for the pendant telephone out of an old 746 chassis, because you can get a 746 for £5 or £10. You know, if you look in the right place, particularly one that's maybe got a broken case or something, and it will work with these pendant phones. So that's what I've been up to. So I'll be showing you how to do that basically at a later date. But the wiring is quite straightforward. But I will show you how that works at a later date, when we get a bit more organised than we are at the moment. Because at the moment we're not terribly organised, but that's the thing. I'll put that back up there. So I know this looks like a mess behind me, but that's what it is. And we will show you how to do that. So if you want to follow along with that when I get that video made, and you've got one of these pendant phones and you've got one of these dials, then you need to also get hold of basically the chassis part of a Teller 746. Okay, a 746, not a 706. Get a 746 because they are slightly different inside. But if you want to do that and follow along, and if you're interested in that, then leave us a comment on this video or something, or get in touch with us via the website. Remember, we do have like a contact form on the website here, andyshed.corepress.net. Click on the contact us thing, and you'll be able to like send us an email via a contact form, and let me know that you particularly want to see the pendant telephone, and I'll get my act together and we will do it. But I have got the wiring diagrams for it, and it's basically this wiring diagram here. If I can show you this, let's put it on the desk camera. If I can put it on the one on the desk. Right, hang on. Right, there we go. Yeah, it's basically this bit of the diagram up here that you're interested in. So it says that's the pendant phone with the connection numbers and that for the actual phone. This is the bell set connections, and this is the dial connections. And the problem is why I had to put that extra wire on inside the 746 chassis. If I can hold that up there and focus it. A 746 has terminals in numbered T1 to T19, but if you look here, these are numbered to T20, so there's an extra terminal that I had to create inside the phone. And what I did, I put that jumper wire on the back of that circuit board to turn T13, which if you look on here isn't used. It's not even marked on here, I don't think, T13, is it? No, it's 12 and then it goes 15, 16. So T13 is not used, so I had to go from something that doesn't have a connection to a terminal on a 746, do a solder connection onto T13 and then use the unused T13 because I hadn't got a T20 on the circuit board. But I'll explain all that when we actually do it in a proper video all about it at some point in the near future. There's also a few other things that I've got just recently. A chap was moving house and I got 3 of these off him. You know what this is? This is a speech powered telephone. It doesn't have any kind of electrical connection or whatever. You connect 2 of these together and you can talk into one and be heard on the other one, and it's even got a thing to call the other one because you twist this thing here and it makes a noise. It is, as I say, a speech powered telephone. Very clever thing, and we'll be doing more about these speech powered telephones soon. They are the telephone equivalent of 2 tin cans and a piece of string, and these are a requirement on shipping in the US. Every ship in the US Navy, and I think every merchant ship as well, has to have these fitted to it in case a ship loses power, so you can still communicate with the engine room and things. So I've got one of those that is doing something weird at the minute. Actually, that one, it was doing something different to that when I tried it the other day. We'll have to have a look at that. And I've also got this. If anybody can tell me what this is, I'd love to know. This came from the same guy. Now, I don't know if you can see that. I can't get it any closer because it's big and heavy and I can't put it on the desk because it's massive. But if anybody knows what that is, please do get in touch and tell us what this is. Because we want to know. We're not sure if it's military or what it is. But, yeah. We'd like your input. If we can have your input on that one, please. So, pendant telephones and how to wire them. That is coming up very soon. What you will need, if you want to follow along to do it, you will obviously need the pendant phone. You'll need the bell set. The dial. And you will also need the chassis and particularly the circuit board and bells of a Teller 746. And you will also need some telephone cable, the 8-way telephone cable, which is actually 4 twisted pairs, as they call them, 4-pair cable. Get 2 pieces of that, the cable, and then your 746 base, your dial and your pendant phone, and then you'll be able to follow along when we do the pendant phone restoration sort of thing, if you like. In the meantime, the Dial 21 video is coming up very soon as well. And if there's anything else that you want to see us cover here on Andy's Shed, remember, get in touch with us on the website andyshed.corepress.net. I'm rushing this a little bit today because I've got 2 or 3 other videos to actually produce today that are going to be going out fairly soon. So I am in a bit of a rush today, and I say I've been out all day, and yeah, it's time to go and have something to eat. And that. I've also been doing another dial here. I've been fixing this. This is a Dial 12 that I've just restored. This was pretty seized up and that, and we've just got this working. If you want to have a look on the back of a Dial 12, there it is. You see, if I put my finger in it and turn it, this little bit here that flips over wasn't flipping over previously. Wasn't flipping over, and so it wasn't pulsing out the contacts. So that's one that we've just restored. Somebody this week said to me, how do you time a dial? Well, here's how you do it. Basically, it should be 10 pulses per second, and when you dial a 0 in the UK, that does 10 pulses. I say in the UK because in some places the zero's up here in certain parts of the world. So 1 pulse is 0, 2 pulses are 1, 3 pulses are 2, and 10 pulses are 9. It's really, really complicated. But in the UK, basically what you do is you put your hand in there, and when you let go, you say 1001 to yourself, and you should finish speaking as that gets back to what we call the normal position, the rest position. So as I let go and say 1001, it should get to the end. 1001, you see, and it gets to the end just as you finish saying it. 1001. So that's it. It's better for them to be a little bit faster and a little bit slow, by the way, as well. If they're a little bit slow, they sometimes don't work, particularly if you're using PABXs and things, little exchange boxes like we are here. If they're a little bit slow, they don't necessarily register the right number of pulses. If they're a little bit fast, it's better to have them fast than slow. Ideally, of course, you get them spot on 10 pulses per second, but it's better to have them a little bit fast and a little bit slow if they are going to be a bit off. So that is how we do that. I'm just adjusting a camera here. Right, so that's that. So it was just a quick one this week, just to explain about the pendant phone and just basically show it to you and stuff, and also show you that other oddball phone that we've got. We'll be back to more of a sense of normality, I hope, next week, when we might do that Dial 21 stripped down next week, if you want to see that. But as I say, in the meantime, get in touch with us, andyshed.corepress.net, and I'll see you next time. But for me, for now, ta-ra!